Hey YouTube, what's going on? ZeroMagnumX here. Today we have another deck profile for everyone. It is Zamasu Control. Probably know that by the title. Our leader is Fused Zamasu. On his leader side card here, you can choose one card from your life and add it to the drop zone. Then if it's blue, you may draw a card. This guy awakens at 2, which of course we draw 2 cards and flip him over. Now, what's really important about this deck is we want to go down to 1 life. Yes, you heard that right. We want to control the game in a favor where we're at 1 life whenever we get to this point. Then we have Absolute God Fused Zamasu. Permanent if damage is inflicted to your life. Instead, you would take 5 cards for each damage inflicted and place them in a drop zone from your deck. Okay, so here's a trick with this guy. If you're at 1 life, it doesn't matter if your opponent has triple strike, quadruple strike, whatever it is, you still only take 5 cards and place them into the drop zone. Okay, so or drop area. So this is very, very important. Even if they have Whis, basically Whis could get 10 cards out of you, and that'd be it. And then we have a chance to actually beat him if we've mitigated the game correctly. Very important to you playing the deck and the way it plays. Onto the main deck, we have for Goasu. He is one of our main 1-drops. We play him to look at the top 3 and find a card with the God subtype and add it to our hand. Since we are Zamasu, we run a lot of gods. Next up, we have 4 Balma God Tempter. This allows us to find a Whis with an energy cost of 4 and add it to hand. We run 4 because we always want to see this in our opening hand. 4 Whis the Resting Attendant. We also run 4 of this because we never want to whiff with Balma. Okay, next up is our Zamasu line. This needs work, and it's mostly because I don't have some of the promos, but you'll see why in a little bit, why we run them. So we have 4 Zamasu the Invincible. Whenever Zamasu or Goku Black are your leader, his energy cost is reduced by 1, so he's 3. And then he has 15,000 power and indestructible. Up next, we have the Almighty Beam Fused Zamasu. This is the guy we want 4 of. We'd probably go 4 and 2 from what you just saw, or not even run the other 4-drop at all. We'll get to that in a little bit as to why. This guy is Bearish for Zamasu leader, so you basically play him on 4 if you have him on 4 and it's the optimal play. Take an opponent's battle card and tuck it under their deck, so no matter what it is, it's just gone. Alright, next we have 2 Zamasu the Alert God. This is one of the cards I think we want more of, to the point of where I might just run like 4 of the Fused Zamasu 4-drop and 4 of this. He's really, really good, indestructible, and he has auto whenever an opponent's card attacks. If your leader is Zamasu or Goku Black, you can ditch a card from your hand and negate it. So it's past the negate step, I think, and before the combo step. Very, very good card. If you have 2 of these, you can use their effects for each one. So very, very nice, because even though it's once per turn, in card game lingo, it happens per instance as far as I'm aware. Next, we have 2 Infinite Force Fused Zamasu. This is the finisher of the deck. It allows us to accelerate in all of our plays and just win the game. This guy, when it swings, it doesn't matter if it's tax negated or anything. Just if the auto is, it swings in, you choose a card from their hand, their battle area, their energy, and life, and place them into the drop area. Very powerful, very potent card. It's just how we win is, like I said, 30,000, which isn't too terrible. 40,000 would have been awesome, but I'll take the 30k. Next up, we have our 3 Energy Boosted Bearish. The staple blue card. It just KOs something when you have 5 or more energy. In this deck, we're ramping a lot, as you'll see here with more of our cards. So, very easy to get out and very easy to use. Alright, we have 3 Bearish General of Demolition. So, the problem I had with this deck whenever I was testing it, and it's also thanks to a lot of my friends in talking, is that it had no middle game. we would ramp, and then sit. We'd have to combo, we'd have to negate. It would just kind of run out of gas. This card comes down and starts immediately threatening our opponent. We can drop it like turn 4, I think. Like actual turn 4. And then just start attacking. It has triple strike, so it's a very real threat. And when it attacks, its auto is they either have to discard 2 cards from their hand, or you nuke their field. Like their entire field is gone. I mean, barring like indestructible, but they just take everything and throw it in their drop area. So we're in 3 of this guy. You know, lucky 7s, hopefully. Very important to how the deck plays. This card is filler. Don't play it. I just don't have another Zamasu, and right now I'm running it as a one-of because I have a silly trick where if I do get Union Absorb or whatever it is, or Patora for the 10-drop, I can play it turn 7. So for whatever reason, I have this guy down in a Zamasu, and he's like, alright, we ramped, somehow got these guys out, now throw down our 10-drop and attack, like a couple turns earlier. Really, we want to be playing Bearish to threaten with the triple strike and stuff at that point, but it can help. This should be a Zamasu or some other card. Next up, we have 2 Joyful Strike Goku Black Rose. This is how if we do want to Union Patora, this is how we do it. Just get this guy out. Mostly he's been energy for the deck because we're straight ramping. But I like having the option that if we are straight ramping, this guy's energy. If we're not straight ramping and we need to drop our 10-drop on 7, we have the ability to do so. So overall, a great card. Very powerful. Also for ramping up a lot of energy, we can drop him to help further us into Awaken. We run 1 Zeno the Plain God because sometimes decks just need a big reset button, and this is it. You know, if we have a ridiculous field and we just somehow fallen way far behind, we can at least get rid of that ridiculous field, and if they have like 8 or 9 cards in hand, take them down to 5 and kind of put the game in our favor as a control deck. Alright, next we only have 2 Boost Attack Piccolos. So this card needs explaining why we don't run 4 of. We're drawing a lot of cards. We're milling cards. We have a 50 card deck. We have to watch how much we draw in the course of a game. And these 10k combos are staples and they're wonderful. But in a deck like Zamasu, this probably means we're closer to decking out than it actually does in helping us, but we don't want to neglect it because sometimes that 10k is just clutch. Alright, up next are the extra cards. We have 4 Whis' Coercions. It's a 1-drop negate and basically free. It just gives you your energy back. 2 Mafabu, excellent counter. It helps us stop nasty stuff. This card's really amazing because I believe it shuts off things like Gotenks. So like Gotenks attacks, you double strike in the tokens, and I do believe you can just say no, I'm blinking Gotenks. Your token's not on a double strike, which can be really ridiculous if like Bobbity plays. Alright, finally we have 4 objections. Mostly everyone watching this video knows what this card does. Pay 2 energy, take a card from your hand, put it into your energy in active mode. And to close out the deck profile, 4 Senzu Beans and 2 Zeno Button. The 4 Senzu Beans are self-explanatory. They allow us to help, or they help us during the combo step. They keep us alive longer. Especially when we're flipped over, we just go to like 20k, and we can blank a lot of things with a few of our, you know, combos like the 10ks and stuff. And also, you know, if we're at that 1 life and we have the 7 energy and we're attacking in with Bearish among other things, they're dropping cards, which makes us stronger in our deck. And then Zeno Button allows us just to get awesome reset plays if we need them. Sometimes we have to tap out for a turn to drop like our Bearish. And if we have the Zeno Button, we can, like rest all of our energy. We can recover all our energy. Maybe take 5 cards from the deck if we have enough, and then just like play our counters and everything. So this is the deck profile for Zamasu. I hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned until next time. Take care and have a good one, YouTube.